I've taken a liking to the pistol dots, the RMR and RMSC type dots out there. And this one I think is pretty cool. This is from Aimwin. They sent this out to me. This is the model PE320. And one thing, it's an enclosed pistol sight, but I do have it mounted on a UTG riser because this right here I'm actually using for rifle purposes. And I'll just talk about that real quick. Enclosed pistol sights, there are a lot of them that are bulky, and there are some of them that are not quite so bulky and they work for a pistol. But for me, a sight like this, and you can kind of see the size of it, it's getting almost to a little bit of the too bulky size. Um, it's a little bit, it has a little bit more mass than a Steiner does. I don't have an Aimpoint Acro, so I can't really compare it to that. But it's getting a little bit bulky in size. So I think the um, utility on a handgun, when you start getting a super big bulky TV on the top of the gun, I think starts to fade. There's not as much utility as like a smaller sight, like a standard RMR, an open emitter RMR. So there's some diminishing returns in my opinion. So I decided with this one to go the rifle route. Now this makes an awesome, uh, reasonably priced, kind of a lightweight, high speed, low drag rifle red dot. The reticle on this, and I'll just kind of show you the box as I talk here. Let me flip it around. The reticle is right there, and you can see you got a red dot, and a circle, and a circle. So it does give you a little bit of versatility on what you want. The site itself, if you go to their website, you can look at all the specs. I'm not going to go over them in this video, but the specs are there. The MOA, the circle is 36 MOA, and it's a 3 MOA dot. So it's perfectly usable for rifle applications, in my opinion, for something like a 300-yard on-in type application. So for most carbines and stuff like that, if you want to put it on pistol caliber carbines, I think it'll work really well. Basically how this works is it's a dovetail type setup like you see on a lot of the enclosed dots out there, and it's mounted onto a plate that is an RMR footprint. So you have an RMR footprint with a plate, and then you have that dovetail mount, and then this sucks right onto it. So pretty decent mounting setup. Just make sure to use your Loctite, torque to specs, all that good stuff. The controls are pretty responsive on the side. And what I'll do is I'll try to show you. It's hard to see on camera because it's all blurry. Let's see if I can get it to focus in a little bit, I guess. But I have it set up with the circle right now. But overall, the setup's really good. This is your plus and minus right here. There is some programming you can do to this. The solar on top is kind of a neat function. I do like that solar deal, so it conserves battery life. Speaking of battery life, it is a side load, so good to go there. I do like that. And then you have your windage and elevation right here. Windage and elevation adjustments seem pretty good. It's not too loose. One thing that has become a little bit of a pet peeve of mine when it comes to cheap, inexpensive optics, which this isn't super cheap. It's kind of on the cheap end, but I put it in with like Vortex optics and stuff like that. It's not the cheapest out there, but when you get into the cheaper world of optics, sometimes with these pistol optics, the windage and elevation, they're just not that steady. They're not that secure. They're a little bit loose, which I think aids in the sight losing zero under recoil just because of that loose adjustment. But this one isn't loose. It's not too tight, but it's not too loose. It's nice and solid. So I do like that. The glass is clear, no issues with the glass at all, and then the mounting is good to go. So overall, this is a really good optic in my opinion, especially if you want something low drag on a rifle. I can't speak to endurance testing because I don't have the means to do a lot of endurance testing. What I mean is like throwing thousands of rounds downrange, and in order for me to do that, I would need to have, number one, an ability to get that much ammo, and number two, I would need the demand for it. If people were just screaming to see a sight like this, torture tested with a lot of rounds, I'm good to go to do it, but I just need the ability to do it, and I just don't have that. So I'm going off of just what I've done so far with it, with just minimal use. Most of my reviews are based off of just minimal realistic use. I'm not a big fan of burn downs. Some people are, but I'm not. So I think burn downs don't really give a good idea of what the product can do over time. But in any case, this sight, I like the design. It's a very clean design. I do like that. It's very clean. The branding isn't too off the wall. I dig it, especially for a rifle sight. This is just really good to go. I do dig it. I'm going to be using this off and on different rifles as I shoot them and whatnot. So I'll report back over time if I have any issues. But I think Aimwin is worth a shot. Check them out. They do have some cool lights. They have some cool sights. And not only do they have this, they do have some open emitter. I've reviewed the open emitter stuff in the past. So be sure to check them out. I think they are worth the money. There are some sites out there that you look at and you're like, I don't know. They're not as well known, but I do think they make some decent product. So check them out. Go to their website, peruse for yourself, see if you like it, and then look at other reviews on YouTube. So that way you can get a good gauge on where it's going, because my sample is only a sample size of 1. So there may be 5 other guys that have bad experiences with this. I'm having a good experience with this one, but there may be 5 other dudes that aren't. So keep that in mind. All right, comment section below as always. Let me know what you think. Thanks for watching.